Hi, I hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, we'll be going through bearings. Have a pen and paper ready. Make sure to stick around to the end as there are some questions for you to attempt. And if you want to find your way back to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with everything related to your Maths GCSE. Let's get started. So what are bearings? Bearings tell us in what direction something is. So as we are dealing with direction, we are dealing with angles. So for example, we have this point P. There are three bits of information we need to know about bearings. The first is that it is measured from the north line. The second bit of information is that it is measured in a clockwise direction. So P is on a bearing of 50 degrees. And the final bit of information is that it is an angle written as three figures. That's why we have 0, 5, 0 degrees. So the three things we need to know about bearings are they are measured from the north line, they are measured in a clockwise direction, and it is an angle written as three figures. So on the next few slides, make sure to remember these three key bits of information. Let's go through an example and see what we get. So the question says, find the bearing of A from B. So we have these 2 points, we have point A and we have a point B, and we're trying to find the bearing of A from B. The first thing that you would do is draw a straight line between both points. So you would draw a straight line from A to B. The next step that you would do is mark the north line at B if there isn't a north line drawn in. So as we are finding the bearing of A from B, we have to draw the north line at B. So the north line will be straight up like this with an N to indicate that it is the north line. The next step is measure the angle clockwise from the north line to A. Remember that bearings work clockwise. So what you do is you will measure this angle, and this is 250 degrees. The final step is give the answer as a three-figure bearing. So the final answer will be 250 degrees. So this is a bearing of 250 degrees. Let's go through a few more examples. Again, find the bearing of A from B. So we have the points B and we have the point A. The first thing that you will do is draw a straight line between both points. The next step is mark the north line at B if there isn't a north line drawn in. So as we are finding the bearing of A from B, the north line will be at B. So again, we draw a vertical line going up with an N at the top to indicate that it is a north line. The next step is we will measure the angle clockwise from the north line to A. So again, we measure clockwise. This angle is 55 degrees. And as mentioned previously, the bearing is a three-figure number. So the bearing is 0, 5, 5 degrees or 55 degrees. Another example, find the bearing of A from B. Again, we have the points B and we have the points A. The first thing that you do is draw a straight line between both points. The next step is mark the north line at B because we are finding it from B. So again, you draw a vertical line with an N at the top to indicate that it is a north line. Measure the angle clockwise from the north line to A. So this is the north line. Again, we'll measure it clockwise and this is an angle of 294 degrees. And the final thing to remember is we need our answer in three figures. So this answer of 294 degrees is fine. So the bearing of A from B is 294 degrees. Let's go through another type of question. So what is the bearing from A to B? Again, we have point A and we have a point B. What you would do first of all is draw a straight line that goes from point A to point B. As we are going from A, the north line will be at A. So again, you draw a vertical line going up with an N at the top to indicate that it is the north line. You will go clockwise and you will measure this angle, and this angle is 57 degrees. So therefore the bearing is 057 degrees or 57 degrees. The next type of question is what is the bearing from B to A? So in the first type of question was from A to B. In the second type of question, we're going from B to A. So what you would do is you would draw a north line at B what you should understand is that this north line and this north line are parallel. So this angle and this angle will be the same. Please refer back to one of my previous videos on angles in parallel lines to get a better understanding of this concept. So this angle is 57 degrees because corresponding angles are equal. What you need to understand next is that this angle underneath, because it is on a straight line, is equal to 180 degrees, because angles along a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So we have the bearing from B to A is 57 degrees plus 180 degrees, which gives an answer of 237 degrees. Because it is three figures, we don't need to do anything to this. This concept is sometimes referred to as back bearing. Let's go through another type of example. The bearing from point A to point B is 125 degrees. So we have already been given the bearing. As you can see, we have point A, point B. We'll draw a line between them. We will add the north line, and it is saying that this angle is 125 degrees. What is the bearing from point B to point A? Again, we are going backwards. What you would do is you draw a north line at point B. As you can see, this line and this line are parallel. Therefore, this angle and this angle are corresponding, and we know that corresponding angles are equal. As you can see, this angle is on a straight line, so therefore it will be 180 degrees. If we want to find out what is the bearing from point B to point A, we will do 125 degrees plus 180 degrees. This gives us a final answer of 305 degrees. So what is the bearing from point B to point A? The answer is 305 degrees, and as this is a three-figured bearing already, we do not need to do anything to change it. Here are a few questions for you to attempt. Please make sure to read the questions carefully, and we'll go through the answers on the next slide. Hopefully you had a chance to attempt the questions. Let's go through the answers. So the bearing from point A to point B is 95 degrees. What is the bearing from point B to point A? So what you should have done is drawn a point at A, draw a point at B, you join the 2 points together. As we are going from point A to point B and it is 95 degrees, you would have drawn a north line at A, and you would know that this angle is 95 degrees. What is the bearing from point B to point A? So we are going backwards. What you would have done is drawn a north line at B. What you should understand is that this north line and this north line are parallel. Therefore, this angle and this angle are corresponding, and we know that corresponding angles are equal. So this angle is 95 degrees. Therefore, this angle is also 95 degrees. Now, we know that this angle underneath is on a straight line, which is 180 degrees. Therefore, you would have done 95 degrees plus 180 degrees, and 95 plus 180 equals 275 degrees. So what is the bearing from point B to point A? The answer is 275 degrees. Let's go through the next question. The bearing from point A to point B is 330 degrees. What is the bearing from point B to point A? So again, what you would have done is that this is point A and this is point B. From point A to point B is 330 degrees. So you know that this angle is 330 degrees. If we extended this line, you would know that this angle would be 330 degrees minus 180 degrees, which would give us a final answer of 150 degrees. There is another way we can work this out. We know that this is 330 degrees. Therefore, this inner angle will be 30 degrees. And you know that co-interior angles add up to 180. So if this is 30 degrees, then 180 minus 30 degrees equals 150 degrees. Again, please refer back to my video on angles in parallel lines to have a better understanding of parallel lines and co-interior angles. This is a summary page of what we have gone through today. We have gone through what bearings are. So bearings tell us in what direction something is. We know the three main components of a bearing. It is measured from the north line, it is measured in a clockwise direction, and it is an angle written as three figures. And we have been given step-by-step instructions on how to work out a bearing. So draw a straight line between both points, mark the north line at B or A, measure the angle clockwise from the north line to A, and then give the answer as a 3-figure bearing. Obviously, this letter of B and this letter of A can change depending on the question. I hope you have been able to benefit, and if you have, please share with others so they can also benefit. Hopefully I'll see everyone safe and sound for the next one, and as always, take care of yourselves.